to do an overview of first understanding what you're doing and why you're doing it. That's really an important part of building a list. We hear it all the time that the money's in the list, but there's so much to that it's really important to understand why the money's in the list and what you need to do to manage that list. So let's go ahead and take a look at some different things we need to do with our list before we even start building it. So first thing when we're building a list is we always want to make sure that no matter what we do to build the list or to sustain the list or to grow the list, we're always being truthful. The number one thing I can tell you right now before we look at anything else in our list is that you are starting to build a relationship with your list members. And that relationship needs to be based on a know, like, and trust factor. They're getting to know you, they're getting to like you, and we're working on getting them to trust you. If you are not truthful in your emails, you exaggerate, you bloat the information, you hype the information too much, and it ends up being not as big as what you hyped it to be. All of those are things that are going to jeopardize your list. So you always want to be truthful and make sure that you are talking to your people in a way that develops that know, like, and trust factor. Remember, this is one of the most valuable things you'll have for your business. So you want to make sure you're creating a know, like, and trust factor where your list members are going to buy from you. The other thing that you need to remember is that the role of your list, you have to clearly understand, right? You need to understand, why do you have a list? The money's in the list, the money's in the list, the money's in the list. But why do you have the list? Are you just trying to get money out of them? There's more than just selling a product or a service. Even though when you start building your list, you're going to be starting off with selling a product or a service. But there's opportunities for much more later on. If you're careful with your list and you really groom your list, you'll be able to use that list later for joint ventures, partnerships, and other things that maybe you never even thought about. Remember, in the first thing that we talked about, know, like, and trust, the next thing is to bring in partners and joint ventures if that's the next thing to build and grow your business. So you always want to be thinking about the role of this list and what it means beyond just that immediate sell or that immediate service that you're going to provide. It's much more than that, and you need to be thinking about that all the time, so it needs to be right there in the front of the brain. The other thing that's really valuable about a list is that you can use that list to quiz your list members, whether they're paying customers or just people that are on your list getting value from you and are kind of lurking and kind of waiting to purchase. You want to use that list to be able to get some data, analyze that data, and make some decisions about your product, service, or business. So another value of the list is to be able to have those people as a part of your company to kind of give you feedback about your company and your product or service. So that's another level of value that you get with a list. So again, you want to make sure that you're creating that know, like, and trust factor, and you're making sure that you keep in the front of your brain the value of this list and what role it's going to play in your business. And then always remember that these people that are on your list serve a huge value in giving you feedback so you can continually improve your product or service and definitely grow your business. So that's kind of thinking about what your list means to you before you actually start building it. The next thing we're going to do is jump into how to maintain a list once you have it. So I'll see you on the next video.